give a round of applause for your speaker of this afternoon for this event, Ms. Britney M. Harris.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Tell me that outfit's not dope. I'm sorry. Yes. Slay it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Britney Marie Harris, and I am so honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm just blessed by being in your presence already. The poetry, the testimonies, like, is that not amazing to you?
Yes.
Is that not amazing? So I'm thankful. Like, I could sit down right now and be content because it made a difference already. So I believe that there are two things that every human being needs to know and that they need to believe. Two things that every human being needs to know and that they need to believe. Number one is that everything that you will need to succeed in this life, everything that you'll need to flourish, everything that you'll need to accomplish, every dream that you've set out for yourself does exist, right? Yes. Everything you need does exist. And number two, not only does it exist, but it's already within you. It is already within you. See, there's a difference between believing something is possible and then believing that something is possible for you. See, sometimes we think that experiences and certain opportunities are reserved for a certain group of people or a certain caliber of people. People who don't look like us. People who have money. People who are rich. That's not the case. Anything that you want in this life is achievable for you. You are not the exception. You are the rule. We need to get out of this mindset of thinking that we can't accomplish certain goals because we don't look a certain way or we don't drive a certain car. Who cares? When I was graduating college back in the day, 2013, you know, girl, this old age.
Oh my God.
When I was in that process of trying to figure out life, I felt stuck because, you know, you're told go to school, get a good job, you get a career, you got to work, you have to survive. But all of my classmates, they were going to grad school, they were going to law school. I have friends in medical school. Like, how can you compete with that? How? So I was at a conference and I saw something that said China. And so I called my mom. I would never forget. I was in the parking lot, the drive-through of a restaurant. And I was like, Mom, guess what? I'm going to China. Girl, please, you are not going to China. Do not play with me. And rightfully so, people were afraid. Can you imagine all of the moms in here? Can you imagine your baby going to China by herself? You're not going with her. She's going by herself for a year. So it wasn't initially supported. The idea wasn't loved initially. Rightfully so, you're afraid. I'm the only girl. I'm the baby. And so she was afraid of what could happen to me. But guess what I did? Guess, anybody?
You went anyway.
Yeah, I went anyway. I went anyway, and it was the best year of my life. I spent a year in China by myself, working. My family, they weren't able to come visit me while I was there, but it was still the most incredible year of my life. What is my point? What's your point, Brittany? You don't need permission to live your dreams.
Hello. Amen.
You don't need permission to live your dreams. Stop waiting on somebody else to give you a green light for your dreams.
Yes.
Your ability, your skill, your passion is green light enough. It's green light enough. You know how many people probably saw the same China sign that I saw? I think about that. How many people saw the same opportunity, but when they called their mom and she said, "You're not going," they left it at that? How many people found the strength to say, "You know what, I'm going to do it anyway," but maybe they got caught up? It's an extensive process. It's a lot. You don't just get up and go. It's a lot. What about the people who got discouraged during the process and they just gave it up? See, I knew that there was something beautiful on the other side of my journey, but I couldn't be afraid of it. If you want to live your life for you, believe in yourself, you have to learn how to silence the voices around you and find your own. Silence the voices around you and find your own. How many mothers do we have in here? Okay, most of y'all. See, the thing is, I've always had this kind of personality where I always knew I was going to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. Got me in a lot of trouble growing up, but now I can say, thank God for that. I knew that regardless of how everybody around me felt, that I had an obligation to live out my assignment. See, it's nobody else's responsibility to make sure that you see your dreams through. It is yours and yours only. If God wanted them to do it, guess what He would have done? He would have given them the vision, but He didn't. He put it in you. He put it in you. He put it in us. Parents, mothers, you do not get a do-over in life through your children. You don't get to live your life again through your children. Let them grow, let them expand, let them experience all that there is for them. You understand? Hey, my mom is here. She can tell you. She can tell you. It was tough to let me go. And the thing is, as children, we always have that desire to please our parents. It never goes away. I'm 26. And sometimes I'm like, oh, what will my mom say? Oh, I don't want to make her mad. I don't want her to be upset. We'll never lose that innate desire to want to please our parents. And that's why it's also part of your responsibility to encourage your children to be the best versions of themselves.
Amen.
Everybody is not always going to support you. It feels good though, right? Like, it feels good to know that people are down for the cause. I think that's a central pillar or tenet of love. You want that support. You want it to be reciprocated. You want people to believe in you just as much as you believe in them. But in the event that you don't get that, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Keep going. Keep going anyway. Find your own voice. What do you want to do? What burns inside of you? What are you passionate about? Went to China. I came back. And I still didn't have life figured out because I thought I should go to grad school next. Everybody else was doing it. That's what I needed to do next. So I applied for a program. I got in. By the grace of God, the whole grace of God, I made it through the program. But it was tough because, truth be told, did I really want to do that? Not really. I always wanted to speak, but it wasn't a real job. It wasn't a real job. Being an entrepreneur to some people, that's not really a real job. There's no stability in that. Maybe you want to own a banquet hall. Maybe you want to start a group for women. Maybe you want it to go from in different states. Maybe there are things like that's on your heart. Maybe you want to be an artist, a poet. You have to first believe that you can do it, that it's possible. And see, this wasn't even a part of my notes, but let me throw it out there while I'm here.
Do it.
Everybody in your circle is not going to believe in what you're passionate about.
Yes.
Stop telling your dreams to people who only know nightmares.
Ooh, Jesus. Okay. Rewind that.
Yes.
Say again.
Yes.
Stop telling your dreams to people who only know nightmares. Everybody can't handle the vision. Everybody can't handle the greatness that is within you. That doesn't make them horrible people. It just makes them people who you can't necessarily share with. Some people, you have to let them see it. Some people have to see before they believe.
Right.
Sometimes you have to make believers out of people. See, I was told that speaking wasn't a real job. I ended the year last year speaking in Puerto Rico. How does that happen? See, you have to show people. You have to show people better than you can tell them. But you have to believe in yourself first.
Amen.
You have to believe in yourself first. It's not going to work if you're waiting for everybody else to tell you when to go. So I like to live my life on the edge. For my birthday, you know, what better way to celebrate life than risking it? I went skydiving. Went skydiving, y'all. Never do it again. Never. It was amazing. Amazing, incredible, phenomenal. Would I do it again? Nope. I would never play with the Lord like that a second time. I made it. So as you're ascending in the plane, it's nerve-wracking. Like, it is completely nerve-wracking, but it's beautiful. You see so then they open the door and you're thinking, wow, can I do this? Can I go through with this? You paid all this money, you better. But the thoughts cross your mind. You're doubtful. You get to the edge, and before you know it, it's 3, 2. Some of them don't even count to 1 because they know naturally when you get to 1, you're probably going to hold on to something. They throw you out on 2. They throw you out on 2 and you jump. Maybe there's something right now that you're waiting on a sign for. Maybe there's something right now you're waiting for somebody to say, go ahead, do it. You have to just jump. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just jump. Just do it. Because once you do it, you're already out there. Once you do it, all you can do is wait for the results. See, as I was falling through the sky, I was falling. What could I do? I was already out there. All of the fear, all of the anxiety, everything that I was thinking could go wrong, it disappeared. And it was smooth sailing, or dropping, falling from there. Smooth. And so trust in your own, trust in yourself. Believe in yourself. Stop waiting for other people around you. You'll be waiting forever. Or like my mom likes to say, till you blue in the face. You will be waiting forever. You still have a responsibility. Like, you don't get a pass because nobody supports you. God doesn't waste resources like that. Like, everything that He's placed in you, He expects that you will see it through. Even when your mom doesn't like it, or even when your husband doesn't support it. Even when you don't know what's next. You are called to that thing that has been placed inside of you. And so stop giving people permission. Stop waiting on people to give you permission to live your dreams. Just do it anyway. Surround yourself with people who believe in your vision, if possible, if you can. If you have one person, that's all you need. That person might not be your family.
Amen.
It might not, and that's okay. That's okay. And also, trust enough in your ability to know that it won't fail you. So everybody can't be a speaker, or everybody can't be a singer. Everyone isn't a doctor. Everyone isn't an entrepreneur. Everyone definitely is not a lawyer. Everybody is not capable of doing everything. But there's a reason why I'm a speaker. There's a reason why your gift is what it is. Had it not been for you, guess what? It wouldn't have been for you. You wouldn't have been given the natural ability to execute. Like, no one can tell me that this is not my path. Even when I was trying to fake, like, oh, I wanted to be a psychologist and a dentist. Like, I don't like teeth like that. Even when I was trying to fake, like, I wanted to do all of that stuff, everything always came back to speaking. Everything. Everything that's within you, what you're supposed to do, watch how your life will always put you in positions to do that very thing. Like even at church, can you speak? Can you do this? Can you speak? Can you speak? And I'm like, all right, maybe this is for me. The business has been tough. Being an entrepreneur is tough, if I have any in here. Anything that you really want to do and do it well can be tough. But trust in your gift. And with trusting in your gift, trust in the one who gave it to you. Like, God doesn't make junk. He doesn't make trash. As I said it before, God doesn't waste resources. If it wasn't for you to do, once again, He would not have even given it to you. He wouldn't have even given it to you. Confidence. It comes with confidence. When you know your value, nobody can tell you what you're worth. Do we believe that?
Yes.
When you know your value, nobody can tell you what you're worth. Nobody can tell you that you're not good enough or you're not qualified. Because guess what? You already know that to be untrue. Trust in God and trust in what He has created, including yourself. We want to be everybody else's cheerleaders, and we want to extend this love and this grace and this understanding and constant support to everybody else and be everybody else's biggest fans except for ourselves. You have to be your own biggest fan before you expect other people to do so. Y'all quiet. Am I making sense?
No.
You're making sense. We taking notes.
Ooh, it's really
That's what we doing.
hitting our heart right now.
Trust in your ability. What do you want to do? What's been placed on your heart that you have perhaps been running from? What are you great at? What are you good at? What are you good at? Because sometimes we'll run from stuff. Girl, you know you would be a great designer. You know you would be a great makeup artist. You know you would be a great this and that. And people have continuously told you. And you keep running from it. You know you're good. Be good. See, we also have a habit of this whole like false humility. I can't say that I'm great because then that makes me like not humble. No, that's false humility. It's okay to believe in yourself, but you believe in who created you even more, right? It's fine to know that you're a phenomenal businesswoman or you're a phenomenal educator, but understand that strength and that strength and all of the great things is not so much because of who you are, but because of who you serve.
Yes.
Get out of the false humility of, oh, I'm not. I am a bomb speaker.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you. But see, you have to get to a point where you don't have to have other people tell you that to believe it. It's confirmation when they do. Don't get me wrong, it feels great. It does. But you have to believe in you. My favorite book. One of my favorite books, it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so people of faith call it, doctrine and truth and religion. People, scholars may call it the self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever you refer to it is, it still stands. What you think about yourself will manifest itself in your life, in your actions. I think, therefore I am.
Amen.
I think, therefore I am. What are you thinking about yourself? What are your thoughts? What are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding your heart? What are you feeding your spirit? Because everything starts here with you. And I keep saying it, if you don't believe, why should somebody else? You've ever been at an event, or maybe you saw a speaker, or maybe you were watching a show or something, someone was talking, they had the floor, and they just seemed doubtful. They seemed so unsure of themselves that it translated to you. It was almost like, why am I here? What's going on? You can sense, you can smell doubt a mile away. People can see insecurity a mile away. You're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody at all. There's a quote by a man, his name is Ernest Owen. He says, your beliefs about yourself translate into your convictions about yourself. And that it's difficult to achieve what you believe is beyond your power. Our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is what? That we are powerful beyond measures. You know that everything is already in you. You know that. I don't have to tell you that. I know you know that. You know that you are powerful. It's not that you don't know it, it's just a matter of believing it. Knowledge is power. No, it's not. You can know 100 things and never act on it. Applied knowledge is power. The quote also goes on to say, it's our light, not our darkness, that frightens us, that most frightens us. That we're afraid of success. We're afraid of everything that comes with it. Maybe it's the responsibility. Maybe you feel if you start this group and you put it in Texas, there's like pressure on your back. You can't fail. Maybe you feel like if you start to go into other things, maybe if you start to put your hand in other types of businesses, maybe you think that they'll all come crashing down. Maybe you'll think nobody will really support or care or believe in you. Stop playing.
Amen.
Stop fronting. You got this. You have this. Maybe nobody's ever told you that you were good enough. Maybe nobody's ever told you that you were smart enough. Maybe you've never seen a great example of what it means to live life. Maybe nobody's cheered you on in the way that you needed. Maybe you felt like you didn't have anybody on your side. Maybe you're waiting for this grand sign for somebody to say, do it. This is your sign. Do it. This is your sign. See, I believe, I feel the greatness in the room, number one.
Yes.
Number one.
Amen.
You can feel insecurity, but you can also sense strength as well.
Yes.
I feel it. And whatever your reasons are for not walking in your assignment the way that you should, whatever your reasons are for not playing full out in life, I need you to deal with that. I need you to deal with that and let it go and move forward. Because somebody is waiting on you to jump. Nothing that we have is for ourselves. That's selfish. Every gift that you have is for the person next to you. It's for somebody else.
Yes.
Somebody's breakthrough is locked up in you, in your gift. And they can't get what they need until you move. Somebody is sick, waiting to be healed by your story.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
They can't get it unless you move forward, unless you jump. See, when you remove yourself out of the equation, you see the bigger picture. That it's not about you, that nothing in this life is really about you. There's something you have that somebody else needs, and there's something you need that someone else has.
Right.
Yes.
Intertwined. It all goes together. When I have my moments of doubt, maybe the audience won't like me. Maybe I won't do a good job. I remind myself that's selfish because I'm thinking about me. How am I going to feel after? How am I going to look? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I'm here to encourage and motivate and inspire other people. And that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. So stop looking at your life as just your own. Believe in yourself. Believe enough in the people that you're serving. Believe in your gift. And act anyway, even when you're afraid, even when you're uncertain, even when you feel like you're by yourself and you don't have the support. Act anyway. So when you all leave here, there's one thing, a few things I want you to do. Number one, I want you to write a love letter to yourself. Do we do that often? Do we ever just sit down and just write a letter to yourself about all of the good that's within you? I find that sometimes if you ask someone, what are your flaws? They can give you a whole list. And then you ask them, what are your strengths? They don't know. Or maybe one. Maybe one thing. Write a love letter to yourself and just keep writing until there is nothing else. Love letter, meaning only good things. Only good things. I'm giving you permission to just love on yourself for 45 minutes. Write it down, get it out. And after you do that, make a list of everything in life that you've ever wanted to do. Maybe from the time you were small to now that for whatever reason you didn't act on. Maybe it's a work in progress. Write a list of everything that you've ever wanted to do. Just write until you can't write anymore. And once you get the what down, write out your why. Why do you want to do the things that you want to do? See, sometimes we're afraid of things because it's like we're just doing it to do it. We don't really have a reason. We're not passionate about things. We're not passionate. It's easy to be afraid. It's easy to not move forward with something that you don't really care about. I've done it. Write out your why. And then after that, how? How are you going to do everything that you've wanted to do? Maybe it is related to your business or, a career. Maybe it's personal. Maybe it's leaving a relationship. Maybe it's letting go of a friendship. How are you going to move forward? How are you going to do what needs to be done? That is your plan. That is your plan to execute. Pray about it. Start one task at a time. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Is that okay? Am I allowed to believe in you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just looking at me, I'm like, I don't know. But I believe in you. But I'm not you. My belief is not enough to sustain you. If it could be, that would be amazing. You have to believe in you. You're enough. You are more than enough. The first thing that I said is everything that you ever need to succeed is already within you. We look to outside sources and don't realize that we already have the tools. But do we believe? Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And then it goes on to say, as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. I am giving you, right now, from this point forward, I am giving you permission to shine. Not that you need it from me. If you were looking for a sign, boom, shine. Here it is. Here it is.
Thank you.
Here it is. You're welcome, girl. I got you. Here it is. Stop playing small. Stop playing small. Believe in who you are. Believe in who you serve. Believe in what you're capable of giving, and you will move mountains. I am proof. You will move mountains. You got this. I promise. You got this. I promise. Can we just say, I got this?
I got this.
You have to say it like you believe it.
I got this.
I got this.
Yes.
Yes, I promise.
Got it.
You got this. Every day that you have life is an opportunity to act on everything that was placed in you. If your story was meant to be over, guess what? It would be over. You have a responsibility every day that you wake up, to walk in your purpose, to operate in your assignment, and to do everything that you were purposed to do. Thank you.
Miss Britney M. Harris, give it up for her again, please. I don't know if you took that in, but I definitely took that in. That was needed energy, it was refreshing, and it is a reminder that all of us need to have, right?
Yes.
That's that reflection in your mirror. We just heard it right back at us.
Yes.
So thank you for being a reflection in the mirror.